guys, we are going to start talking about mental health, and we do this thing where we go into the pots, we do some little jazz hands, jazz or spirit fingers, and like go and just pick out questions. Okay, so we're gonna go to the first topic, and it's okay, not everyone gets it. Okay, so. Have you guys dealt with any mental health issues in the industry that you're pursuing?
Me, I have. I moved in with my mom, and she was so strict about going out and performing, and so she kept me from doing that. And so performing, that was my, that was my thing. That's what made me happy. And when she took that away, it made me so down. Like I was down and hurt about it. But then I understood at the same time because, all this mess is going on. But when it came down to that, I was so down and so depressed. And it hurt like crazy. But within the music industry, not really.
So, what you described, is that recent?
Yeah, it's recent.
So are you out of it or like?
Yeah, I'm out of it now. So everybody finna see me again.
That's dope. Okay. And then yourself?
I dealt with depression a lot because it's like I feel like I always tell myself like I don't have to prove myself to anybody, but for some reason a part of me wants to prove, and I feel like if I'm not good enough or something, then I start getting depressed.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. Maybe it's a Leo thing. But no, like, I feel like I get in my own way. And I feel like I'm the one who's, like, being the perfectionist and nobody really cares. If anything, people think I do, like, above and beyond. And I'm like, that's really nothing.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, you're always going to be your biggest critic. And I think that's one of the leading factors in mental health. But, yeah, and that's what I have to say on it. Is anyone saying anything in the comments at all?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. And how have you dealt with any mental health issues yourself, Skylar?
Not really. Luckily, I try to have a positive outlook. So sometimes I feel like when everything doesn't go my way, that kind of makes me like sad, I guess. But that's pretty much it. Nothing to the extreme, which I am grateful for because. Mental health is hard to deal with. I have a lot of friends who deal with mental health, and I see them go through it, and I'm like, I can't even imagine,
So as artists and being really creative, do you guys feel like you have any type of control issues in any type of sense?
I try to have control over everything that happens, but I mean, it's like you can't control everything. But there's no way to control it. Like if anything happens, it just happens, and you just gotta deal with it. And it sucks sometimes because it can be good or it can be bad.
What do you mean by control?
Like so, you guys have your own like unique way of doing things. So you want to continue to do it your way. I feel. So say you get signed or something, and they're gonna want you to be a different type of way. Do you think like fighting for that control is...
I post about it a lot on my Instagram. Women in their bodies, because I know a lot in the entertainment industry, like for me, I'm not comfortable showing my body. And I feel like they pressure us to show our bodies. And then when we do show our bodies, it's like you have to look like this person or this person. And that's why I'm like very body positive. I don't care, like it shouldn't matter if you're bigger, you're smaller, you're skinnier. A woman's body is a woman's body. So if she doesn't want to show it, why should she have to be? And I feel like they pressure us to do that a lot.
They do.
So I want to have control over not showing my body if I don't want to, and if I want to, then I want to.
Right. Do you think you're going to get to have that control, or do you feel like you're ever going to be coerced somewhere down the line?
I mean, hopefully I do get to have that control, and I don't see myself signing to a label anytime soon. Because but you just have to have the money to stay independent. That's the thing.
Yeah, but when you're independent, you have full control.
Right.
You don't have nobody telling you what to do or how to dress or how to act. You know what I'm saying? You have full blown control, and you have to. I feel like if you're gonna go independent, if you're not gonna show your body, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you said, like you said, if you feel comfortable doing it, go ahead and do it. But if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Because once you start doing it, people are gonna be like,
Right.
like, why are you doing this? Are you trying to crave attention? Like,
Right.
what is going on?
Right.
Because that's not everyone's brand.
Yeah.
Right.
And do you feel like you're going to be independent too?
Yeah.
For like for the long run, or do you think down the line you may switch over?
I will never sign.
You will never
I told
sign?
myself I'm not gonna sign to anybody, because I feel like if I sign to somebody, then I have to go by their rules, and I don't like following rules.
Right.
That's
That's why
just-
we're artists.
Yeah.
And
Like,
that's
I want my own rule.
right. And then that's why I asked like the thing about control, because sometimes a lack of control can contribute to like your mental health
Yeah.
going downhill. So I'm glad that you guys are going to be like independent, because I mean it when I say like y'all got talent. I don't just be saying shit.
And you
So-
know,
Thank you.
I thought that like all rappers were like signed, but no, there's some successful independent
for
rappers.
sure.
Like Russ is a billionaire,
Mhm.
Ooh.
and then Chance the rapper, I think he's a billionaire too.
Yeah.
I think they just had to create a team, but other than that, they're making money.
Yeah. Once you have that team, it's over. Like, you
Yeah.
have to have a team that is riding with you for the long run. And once you have that team, y'all are going far.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Period.
Someone like that you really trust, not just anybody. Because
Yeah.
you have to just switch people in and out. Because I'm sorry, if someone's
Yeah.
not working for you, just take them out your life.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
that's going to be something that really saves your mental health as well.
Mhm.
See, I'm too nice to build a team, because if somebody does something I don't like, I'm just gonna, I don't know, I can't say no. I can't say you're fired. Like,
Yeah.
I have to have somebody do that.
I don't even really be on some you fired. I just be honest. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I don't like that you just did that. And then that makes them want to quit. So win-win, right?
Right.
So that's all right. So I feel like as long as you're honest, you're going to get the right people
Yeah.
around you, because the
Yeah.
energy you put out, you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
how I feel.
That is so true.
All right. So the next topic. Yeah.
We got it this time.
Yeah. All right, got a couple off the pot. Let's see. All right. So if you're comfortable sharing, have you ever had any suicidal thoughts, or or do you know anybody that has?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I have. There have been times where life has brought me so freaking down, and it's like it's depressing, and it's like you can't get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a very spiritual person, so the only thing that can get me out of it is God
Yeah.
Himself. And so if I'm down like that and I start having those thoughts, I automatically just think of God. Period. Because He's the only one that's gonna get me out of it. But I've had some thoughts before, not many, but there's times when life has brought me so damn down, and I have to get myself out of it. It's so hard, but
Right.
once you're out of it, you're like, thank you so much for getting me out of it. Because it's like, I feel like you go through things for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through all these hard things. There got to be a better day. You know? So, would you rather kill yourself and not see that better day, or work it out and see what God's about to bless you with?
Yeah, that's a good perspective.
So, ride it out and just wait.
Right.
So,
What about you?
I was 13 when I had my first suicidal thought, and I started leading up into self-harm, and I think it was because of like depression too,
yeah.
and then sometimes it's like because of music and like my thoughts, like trying to, what's the word, like how other people perceive me. Like I say, like I really don't care, but it's like in my mind somehow I still care, and like it makes me depressed and suicidal too. But I remember at 13, I was very suicidal,
Yeah.
and then I had to get hospitalized a lot. So yeah, I have had suicidal thoughts, and the thing is, really everybody thought like it was like for attention, but it wasn't for attention. It's
Yeah.
like sometimes people need that person, to come into their life like God, and like just break them away from all of that. 'Cause
Yeah.
all the stuff that seems so small, so big. It was really small.
And it's crazy because when people think it's for attention, it makes you even more depressed.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, nobody's gonna self-harm and go say, hey, I'm suicidal for attention.
Yeah. Like, why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really going through something right now, and I need somebody right here. And for you to tell me that I'm doing it for attention, I can do anything else for attention, but I'm not going to do this for attention.
Yeah.
Right.
But, yeah, depression is real.
Depression is real, and I feel like that's like the type of thing, if I'm like struggling with it, because it's off and on for me.
Yeah.
So if I'm struggling with it, I really just keep it to myself, because I mean, I don't want that like type of, oh, she's just acting out, or she just wants attention. I'm like, no, sometimes y'all just don't get it. Like, y'all scream that you want people to care about other people, but then it's like, y'all don't really, you know, use critical thinking and be like, oh, she may be acting this way because of this, that, and the third. I would say, like, my only, like, genuine, like, bout with suicidal thoughts, I was just driving in my car one day, and I was like, oh, I feel like I should drive this shit off the road.
Yeah.
And I, like, was, like, going to, and then I was, like, pulling over, I was like, nah, I need to talk to somebody. So I called this, like, therapy people on, like, one of those free websites or whatever. So they were supposed to meet up with me at a park. Cops were there because I understood why, because of whatever.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking to them about it, and like basically they're like, oh, you can't go home unless you have like somebody, like, you know, to like be with you or whatever. And I was like, ooh, I just thought I was talking to y'all. Like, I have to go to work, you know. And they wouldn't let me leave, and like the cops grabbed me, like pulled my hair and slammed my face down on the table, and my tooth went through my lip or whatever. Man, I made a huge scene. I made them get an ambulance, and then I refused the ambulance because I just wanted to leave.
Yeah.
And then like they put me in the cop car because they were gonna take me to Green Oak or whatever. And so they typed inside the report that I ran towards the intersection and said I was gonna kill myself. And I was like, that shit never happened. Y'all just really
see,
and
y'all
it
really
makes
be
it
making
worse.
shit up.
It makes it way worse.
It makes it worse, and it's like the cops and the way that they treat people who do have mental illnesses. It's just it makes it feel like nothing is really gonna get solved in society. So, I mean, that's just my experience with it. So, ever since that, then, like, I've learned to, like, you know, do things to keep me up and moving. Because I really don't ever want to get to a place like that. When I was there, I was like, I don't belong here. I just kept telling them, I don't belong here. I gotta leave. And I snuck my phone and everything. It was some crazy shit. Man, my life was a movie that day. So, fuck. But, yeah, I guess no for you.
No, luckily. I mean, no.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. Not in a like any type of way, but luckily I haven't had thoughts like that. But I don't know. I live with my family. There's a lot of us in our house. I feel like I'm always kind of occupied, or there's always someone I can talk to, or me and my family are very close. So if there's anything that's going on, I'll go to them immediately. So luckily my thoughts have never gone.
Yeah.
I wish I had your family.
Yeah, me too.
That's a good point, because when I lived at home and I was consistently around people and I had friends to escape, like, you know, my family from, I was never really like to that level. Like, you were like, I was depressed, but I didn't know I was depressed, if that makes sense, because I was functioning and stuff. And once I was on my own and I could sit in my feelings, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. So you just have to find ways to really cope with it. If anybody's watching, please go ahead and send this to like a few people. Let's get this chat popping. And go ahead and drop your thoughts as well, your experiences, if you feel comfortable. We're talking about mental health. The next question is, do you guys see mental illnesses and Black Lives Matter correlating in any type of way?
What do you mean?
Yeah,
so I think somebody asked this because of the videos that go online, like the police brutality. Like, do you guys feel like any of these videos are having an effect on people's mental, seeing it consistently?
I say yes. I just feel like Black people as a whole, we really we get hit hard.
Yeah.
We do. We get dragged in the dirt. Like, people don't see how much hurt that we really go through as a culture. And people think that we're just tripping, and no, like, we get hit hard, like, little things, like when it comes down to jobs, when it comes down to freaking interviews, when it comes down to sitting at restaurants, or little things, like, it'd be little things, and we get hit so hard. Like, I wish that we could get the same respect as everyone else.
Right.
It just sucks, but we're coming together now finally, and we're fighting like we should.
Yeah.
We freaking should.
I feel like it's like scary because it's not normal to wake up and see somebody of color getting shot every day, and it shouldn't be like that. That is not normal.
It's not.
I've stopped watching the videos.
Me too.
You have to.
And it makes me even more mad because it's like if you see somebody getting manhandled by a police, your phone is not going to save that person.
But you can't necessarily save that person either. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You may want to stay your
all
distance.
y'all, all y'all finna get hit.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, a gunshot, like, I mean, a gun, you can kill people in seconds. So it's like the cops can turn on you. So you definitely want to mind your business. And I think the videos have actually helped out more, but I can't watch it. Like, I think that should really just be for court or people who can handle it online. But I do think it's desensitizing people to a weird extent. Like, I feel like society in general, like, everybody's so angry. Like, now. It's like such a weird vibe. I was driving down Dallas the other day, and I was in a neighborhood, and like literally, like, these neighbors, one side is Biden, the other side is Trump. I'm like, damn, I know y'all hate living next to each other.
We're so divided. You want a full cup?
I don't know.
What you want?
Sip slow.
I'll give you that.
I don't drink, guys, but that tastes so good.
It is quite delicious. I think Barefoot Moscato, you need to go ahead and sponsor me, alright? But no, yeah, that was kind of like a representation of the nation. Like, right now, I was like, that's so weird that I saw that. So, yeah, I feel like everyone's really angry, and it's hard to, like, really talk to people these days because everybody trips out for every little thing. And even the people who think you're supposed to be on the same side. Oh, I hate that type of, like, energy.
Yeah.
When you disagree, I'm like, just because we the same color,
Don't mean we always are.
Right.
we think the same. We think different. We have different experiences.
We're
I grew up in-
individual people.
Right. Yeah, I grew up in a different area, so it's whatever. How do you guys feel like your personality plays a factor in society? Just what do you bring to the universe?
I would say that I bring some positive energy. Like, I feel like I want everybody in the room to be happy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like no drama. And if there's any drama, I'm just gonna get up and leave. Like, I don't take part in it at all. At all. That's just me as a person. But I like everybody to be happy.
So what's your line when it comes to drama? Like, give me an example. What does your friend have to say to you for you to be like, I'm done?
You would have to say a low blow.
Okay.
Like, you gotta say a low blow. Because anything else, to me, this is how I feel. If I don't care, like, I'm not gonna say if I don't care, but if I don't really care for you, anything that you say to me is not gonna affect me.
Right.
Period. But if you're like my sister, if you're like my mom, and you say some low blows to me, it's gonna hurt like crazy.
Bro.
And I will cut you off. Period. Because I don't like negative energy. Because I'm not a negative person, and I feel like people that aren't negative, they shouldn't receive negative energy.
You're right.
They're too positive for that. And so they're going to try their hardest to just get away from all that, whoever it is, walk up and go away from it, because it don't make no sense.
So the cutoff, is that like no point of return, or is it just a break from that person?
It's just a break from that person.
Okay, cool.
Like, I need a break from you.
That's what I'm telling you, actually. I saw somebody saying the other day that she's made to feel like a bad person because she'll cut people off like that. And I'm like, that's weird, because I think you should have space between somebody that you are at odds with, so that way you both can think and both can reflect.
Yeah.
And then when you get back together, even if you are still at a disagreement, you can like productively talk about it.
Yeah.
So, what's your thoughts?
I'm really nice, but that's my problem. I feel like I'm too nice because like sometimes like people run over me because of how nice I am, and so it kind of hurts me to be mean back.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm still learning myself. So I feel like sometimes, like, there's things that I do, but there's things that other people do. Like, for instance, when I never really had parents growing up, so I never got that love and affection. Mm-hmm. So when I do finally get a good friend or finally do get some good love and affection, it feels weird to me, so I push that person away. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm still learning on how to keep people that are good. But the thing is, I feel like, in general, I'm just too nice to people, and I don't know how to be mean to them.
So you don't have to necessarily be mean to anybody, but you do need to find a way to set boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because some people are just going to see how far they can get with you. But if you set boundaries right off the bat, I mean, there's no lines to be crossed. And the people who don't want to be cool with you, I mean, they were never meant for you.
You gotta let them go. You gotta have a backbone, especially in this industry.
Right.
You gotta have a backbone. If you don't like something, speak up.
See, and that's what I learned, because before I had a big problem with saying no. Every time somebody would tell me something I didn't agree with it, I didn't know how to say no, because I was always a people pleaser growing up. So I learned how to say no now that I'm in music. That's no, I don't like that. No, I'm not going to do this. Mm-hmm. And I'm learning it with the other people too.
Mm-hmm. That's dope. Keep doing it. I encourage anybody out there to keep doing it. Keep speaking up, even if it's at the workplace. I'm not going to let being casted as an angry black woman stop me from saying anything wherever I am, because I don't give a
because they will put that on you.
They will real quick. And I just feel like as long as you are speaking within a professional line, then you should be able to say whatever you need to say to get your point across. Okay, and so next question in that little set: why is the hood and inner cities overlooked when it comes to PTSD cases? So I feel like with that question, it was like, I guess trying to say that like that is an area where people don't really, really consider them to have any mental health issues. They're just considered criminals or thugs right off the bat.
Yeah.
When really some of them are just reacting out of being in the environment that they're in. Mm-hmm. So what's y'all's thoughts on it?
See, the thing is, like, I feel everybody's environment is different. Mm-hmm. And I've seen that happen before. So people that I know who are from like a uppity area, the suburbs, they kind of confuse the people with hood as being like that. But you have to understand, when people don't have income, when they didn't grow up, some of them didn't grow up with parents. Yeah. Some people don't have a father. Some people are working welfare. Their life is not going to be how your life is. Mm-hmm. And maybe they don't know how to cope with certain things because some people never taught them growing up. Yeah. You always hear somebody say like, oh, I have my grandma, but I never had no mother and no father. Yeah, right. And that's just how my situation is too. And I tell people, it's like, people can have a grandmother all they want to, but there's nothing like a parent's love. Mm-hmm. And if you're missing that, you're not going to know what to do. So you might be depressed, but you might run to drugs, you might run to weed, you might run to sex, you might run to a lot of stuff because you don't know how to cope with it. Yeah. And that's just people in the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you put that in a great way. Like, you really hit the nail on the coffin.
She did.
I feel like if you are missing a void, like whether it's a parent or both parents, like that is going to have a significant effect on you. I think people who are only children, only child, sorry, just whatever. But like, I think they have like some type of issues as well. They always have some type of complex where they're so self-serving, and I don't think a lot of people who are only child realize that. And I don't want to generalize everybody, but I'm just saying like certain ways that your household may be structured does play an effect on how you may be.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like to have grandparents. I had them. They've all passed away, but they lived in a different country because my parents are from Nigeria, so I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
What is that like, guys? I wanted to know real quick.
I'm closer to my grandmother than my own mom.
For real? Why do you think that? Or why do you say that?
I want to say it's because she's just my grandmother and I never just got along with my mom. But she's just wiser and she puts things in a way where I understand it. Whereas when it comes down to my mom, she'll say something and I'm just like, why did you say it like that? Like my grandmother, she'll put it in a way where I can be like, oh, okay, now I get you. She'll say it in a very comforting way. Whereas my mom or my dad is just like, parent.
they younger, or
Are they what?
are your parents younger parents, or no?
No.
It's just the way that they are.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what was it? Oh yeah, how's your grandparents?
My grandma, she's crazy.
Why was she crazy?
Because she gets on my butt 24/7. But you know, now that I'm older, I realize it's for a reason.
Yeah.
But like when I was younger, I was like, why are you telling me to do all this stuff, and why are you saying all this stuff like that? But now I see why. And the thing is, the reason why I respect my grandmother, because she never forced me to do something, because she never said like, oh well, this is gonna happen when you do this. She let me learn my own lessons.
Yeah.
So that's why at 22 I'm wiser.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Damn it, I told my age to believe that.
Keep that I feel like, yeah, there's a lot of things that we've learned from our adult figures in our life that we took for granted when we were younger. I know my dad, like when I first moved out, my dad used to text me every single day, and I would be like, Dad, leave me alone. Like, I don't understand why you're talking to me. I don't live at the house anymore. Now that I'm like older, I'm like, damn, like my parents are older parents, so I'm just like, I have to cherish every time that, you know, I have with them. So I've learned that, like, you know, a lot of people don't have that out there where their dad is checking on them, so I have to be appreciative of that. So, but yeah, having like a good family support system is going to work wonders in a person's life. So I feel like people should really aim towards establishing a good family unit, because I feel like that contributes a lot to your mental health.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of things that people struggle with may be due to how their parents treated them, or a lack of a parent. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Anything?
Hey, just because you grew up in a bad family don't mean that you have to raise a future one.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Say that
Break
again.
the chain. Break the chain.
Break it.
I don't have anything personally to add to that particularly, but there are a lot of comments. Lily Loon, I hope that's how I pronounce it, sorry if I butchered it, but he, just going back to police and them dealing with mental illness, they got into like defunding the police and spreading out the money to mental health facilities, and there's a lot of other comments that were way
I'm gonna say something to that, because I'm not a big defund the police person. Maybe because I haven't done my own actual research on it, but I can say on the surface I don't really agree with it. Just because, like I said, I understood why the police were there. It's just that their actions were inappropriate. You know what I mean?
Right.
But what if I was somebody who was schizophrenic and I started flipping out on the people, the mental health people who were there?
Right.
And it's like they have their safety
And I
to
have
worry about.
bipolar, so sorry to put that out there, but there is a lot who, like, especially there's highs and lows to bipolar. So like with the ones that go very high, they explode and they don't know what to do, and they'll shoot them or something.
They can harm the people who are trying to help them.
Right.
Were you gonna say something?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think though that I think that the police could either use more training when it comes to mental illness, or they need to have someone on call who can, like a psychiatrist that can come and talk to someone that knows how to accurately de-escalate the situation. Because if they're already heightened and the police are then heightened because they don't know what to do necessarily, that it can only cause more conflict.
I honestly feel that they should get mental health evaluated before they're even allowed to be a police officer.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if they do already, but I definitely think it's going to take more money for training. That's why I'm like, you can't really defund the police, because they're going to need more money for specialized training.
And they don't want to do that.
They don't.
They don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that. So I do see people's whole point with wanting to defund the police. But what were the other comments?
We had some other comments. People were just talking about what they do to cope when they have suicidal thoughts, like music and art. Zach says that when y'all are talking about going with the flow of things, he said that learning to go with the flow has helped his anxiety.
Good job, Zach.
Yeah, that's pretty much just conversations within each other on there. But yeah.
How do y'all cope with stuff? Like, what's your, well, I know y'all do music and stuff, but what other ways do you cope? Do you color?
I have to keep myself occupied. Because if I sit in a room, in a dark room, that's it for me, you know? It's one of them things where you have to just get up and just move around.
Right.
Because if I, like I said, I can't just sit in the room because then it'll make it even worse.
Yeah.
So I'll just go out, call a friend. Hey, let's go hang out. Let's go have drinks. You want to get together and write a song or little things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, that is cool.
I'm working on more coping skills because at first I would always run to music, but then I started noticing that was making me more depressed because when you keep running to a repetitive thing, it becomes like a job.
Yeah.
So I need to reach out to people some more. I need to break the trust issues and try to reach out to people a little more and probably just like go like skating, go do something.
You just call a friend.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure if you say, hey, I just need a friend right now, can you just come do something with me? They'll be like, I bet, sure. It depends on that person, though.
I'm gonna say though, something you should do is just have like a lot of acquaintances. Because what I have a set of friends who I'm close with or whatever, but I don't always hang out with them. But I have acquaintances that I can just do something with, like a dance friend or a pottery friend or whatever I'm deciding to do. So I think having a friend for all the things that you like to do would kind of help out and help you like network too and meet other people. So you have a buffer, it's easy to talk to people.
Yeah.
See, I need to, because I don't really have too many female friends, but I feel like I need to break that cycle too because there's always going to be a time where you need females.
Yeah.
There's going to be things that you have to talk about that you can't talk about with guys.
Yeah.
And I need to make more female friends. Somebody go get your nails done with.
Yeah.
And
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I'm going to need some future bridesmaids.
I thought about that. I'm like, I really hope my friends are still my friends because I would need them bridesmaids. But some other things I like to do, I like to do some art. So if you got
paint?
A little bit, like I just kind of do it for fun. I had this girl come over, Alicia's Pieces, that's our Instagram. We did this art therapy. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Oh,
It was
wow.
pour painting. You just layer some paint and you pour it on the canvas. It was very soothing if you have some like meditation music in the background. So I would suggest art therapy for people.
Yeah.
Have you done that one where it's like you go on a board and you fill it up with the paint balloon and you throw it on there? And
That
it
would
makes
be
it
fun. I saw that on Princess Diaries.
That's where I got it.
But yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, that
I should try that. I need to set it up. I'm wondering where I'm gonna try it though, because I can't do it inside.
Yeah.
But okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go to our next set of questions. All right.
I'm looking this way.
Me too.
Okay.
We get deep.
Deep. All right. Let's see. Do you guys have any like set routines that you follow? Because I'm reading that is a remedy for mental illness.
Well, my routine is basically just get up, go to work, come home, do homework because I'm in school right now. And my homework is related to music because I go to school for music.
Oh, okay.
So
Where do you go to school?
It's Cedar Valley.
Okay, cool.
And I'm learning how to play the piano, so I try to add that into it too, and just write a song. I really don't have a routine. Every day is different for me.
Yeah, I like for every day to kind of be different.
Right.
Within some of the same stuff, but mostly different.
Yeah.
What about you?
Same here. Like, I don't really have a set routine. I mean, if I do something, then it's probably just like going on a walk, exercising.
Yeah.
What else do I like to do? Dancing in my room, just listening to music, but I need some more hobbies.
Take some dance classes. They're so much fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Where do you live again? You said Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know any
Yeah,
dance
me either.
No, that's not. It's country.
Most of them are down here in like Naples, Spain, and
Yeah, that's where I go.
Oh, for real?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I'll be going there sometimes too.
I may see you one day.
Dallas is like the hot spot for everything.
Right.
With COVID.
Stop. What made y'all smile today? That's a fun question.
I'm gonna say it. Some random guy sent me $100 today.
What? Why?
Just cause.
Is your Cash App tag somewhere?
Yeah, he was like, "What's your cash app?" I said,
What?
"Oh, here it
Yeah, we
is."
did it like that.
Yes, I didn't know how much
Damn.
he was sending, and he sent me $100, and I smiled.
Oh, I wish I was you right now. What about you?
Coming here and catching up.
Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, that's cute. I love that.
We gotta hang out.
We do. We gotta plan a date.
Yeah, we do. I'll hit you up.
I
Okay.
love
I'll
this.
hit you up.
I'm glad that like I have guests that know each other because it kind of makes it a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skylar, anything make you smile today?
That I finished all my homework.
Yes!
But
Stress free a little bit.
I'm
Yes!
So yeah, that's it. I'm not it, but that's one of the things.
The only thing that made me smile, eating food.
Yes! Food will always make you happy.
When we went to the daiquiri shop today, and that was like the first time eating, so I was like, whoa, like yeah.
What did you have?
Po' boy.
Po' boys,
and
mozzarella sticks, and then this southwestern chicken egg roll.
Oh yeah, you ate good.
Yeah, I ate good. I will see it on Served in Dallas. Wait for it, okay? All right. So, can people get over mental issues without medication?
That's a good question. I looked at that question too.
I think so.
I believe so too.
You think so?
I feel like
I do.
medication is just put in place to say, here, shut up and forget about your problem.
I feel like
But
that.
I feel like if you need it, then go for it. But really, you don't. You just need a more positive environment
Yeah.
or something positive in your life.
I feel like I do feel like you don't really need medication for mental illness. Like she said, if you need to take it, take it. But I feel like as you're taking it, try to balance yourself to not have to need it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because some people will take it and be like, oh my God, I need this because I am depressed. But you really don't need it. This is just my opinion. But because me, personally, I battle with depression.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't take any medication for it. But like I said earlier, I'm a spiritual person, so that's the only thing that helped me get out of depression. But I feel like if you do take medication, try to find something that'll make you happy.
Yeah. I feel like I agree with both of you. When it comes to just depression and anxiety, I feel like those are things that you can manage on your own and you don't really need medication for. But things like bipolar disorder or like schizophrenia, I feel like, yeah, you're gonna need some medication for stuff like that, like severe mental illness.
See, mine has gotten better ever since I came to Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Because it's like, I think that the thing with bipolar disorder is like not a lot of people know how to handle it, so they'll give you mixed like reactions. And I feel like people with bipolar, we have to really sit in with ourselves to see what our problem is. Because before I was overthinking, but when I moved here, it's like my mood just became like totally different. So it's
That's
like your mood, I guess your environment, and like who you know that's like actually updated on the thing. But like there is sometimes where it's like, do I need my medicine? But majority of the time, like now that my environment changed, no.
Okay. You heard it here first. All right. That's
Dr.
dope.
Naomi in the his out.
Okay. I never heard that though. So that is interesting to hear. So that's good. So now I know that. And then, do you guys feel like chemical imbalance is a crutch for those who have mental illness, or do you feel like that is like a real thing? That's when people are saying like you're born with mental illness, because some people think depression is the joke, and then some people use that, oh no, they have a chemical imbalance as like a way to say like, no, it's not a joke.
I feel like you said earlier, certain mental health issues, like but then I feel like some mental health is genetic,
Yeah.
and some is it just happens within time.
So that's why I feel like bipolar disorder and schizophrenia are like more genetic, but depression
Yeah, because
can
my mom
be.
had it.
Yeah, see, depression can be situational though. Like it can be just from being fired from a job.
Yeah.
That's how I went into like one of my depressions.
Especially with anxiety too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Oh, okay. Oh shit.
We think on it live.
All right. So do you guys feel like people are really concerned with other people's mental illnesses? Or do you think people are fake concerned?
I think I don't know. Sometimes I think people can be fake concerned. Because they'll be like, oh, well, you have depression, and then when that person really actually has a problem, they want to kind of, oh, I don't feel like dealing with it right now. And then, like, why'd you go up to the person in the first place?
Right. No, yeah, you're right. Some people really will make themselves a huge part of your journey, and then they'll leave you hanging.
Yeah.
But I guess, I mean, you're more than they bargained for, but I would say don't get yourself involved in other people's problems unless you can see yourself all the way through.
Right.
Because
that person's going to need you.
They're going to need you. They really are. So we're going to see what questions are left in here. We'll answer a few. And, we only got 3. Okay. All right. So let's see. We kind of answered that one. Why do you guys feel like some people have to hide their mental illness? Because I've seen people have support systems and have pretty much like all the resources they need, but they still have to hide. Like, so do you guys feel like that's like pride or
I
anything?
feel like they think that other people will probably think that they're crazy.
Yeah, that's why, like I told you, like, through, what's it called, that I had mental health issues, but the thing is, the reason why I'm so outspoken about it is because at the end of the day, there's somebody out there just like you, and they're gonna need you, and I feel like if you keep quiet, then you're technically silencing that other person.
Yeah.
You're right.
But I feel like at first I did hide it because I don't want people to be like, oh, well, damn, she's like Kanye West. She's crazy. She has bipolar disorder because he has it. But I just didn't want people to judge me. But now it's like I look at it like there's somebody that needs you.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you won't know until you start speaking up. Once you start saying that, dang, I battle with depression, you never know who else is battling with depression until you speak it out.
And it be some time before people actually tell you too.
Yeah.
I know I used to post things on my story and people would be like, hey, you really helped me with this. I'm like, damn, that's so crazy. And I'm just living my life. But like you said, like some people are going to relate to it, so it helps them get through it. And I think that's really important for Black people especially to like live their mental like issues out loud so that way they can get the help that they need, because there's such a stigma like, you know, with getting that help professionally. So I mean, the more that we can make it normalized, like on a grand scheme, like people will feel comfortable to go seek professional help. So yeah, so that was pretty much all of the questions that we had today, you guys. I want to thank Naomi and Air for coming. You guys were great, super talented. And if you're watching, we did hit 1,000 followers this week. So we're giving away 3 shirts. And so we're giving it to Abe Solano, and we're giving it to one other person. I forgot your username, but I'm going to tag you. All right? Okay, and we're going to give one more shirt to somebody else who watched. And so that's pretty much it, you guys. This is the last episode. We're going to go on our hiatus for about 2 months, and we'll be right back for season 3. So thank y'all for watching. It's your girl, Victoria. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you, Air.
Thank you.
Thank you, Skylar.
Wait, where are we waving?